Hey guys, it's Effusively. Let's take a minute to talk about Warwick, specifically the math. Feral Flare Warwick received a bonus 150 magic damage on his ult when he completed his Feral Flare. Patch 420 Warwick receives that amount in true damage from the start of the game, considering you buy the upgraded smite after your first clear. On old Warwick, I used to estimate a game was over if I'm able to get away with buying a blade directly after my jungle item. Considering you build him as a tank and you reach his damage soft cap, he only gets beefier. This is unbelievably true for the new Warwick, considering after he finishes jungle item, he gets a bonus 200 magic damage on his ult, which usually happens around the 10-minute mark, as opposed to the 15 to 17-inch mark. So at 10 minutes, you deal 450 magic damage with your ult, and 150 true damage. Along with this absurd damage increase, Warwick is safer than ever. With the new jungle, monsters hit much harder, allowing champs with built-in sustain to shine. Most junglers without sustain have to back after their first clear. And while you typically want to do this to buy your jungle item anyways, it means you don't have to worry about invades. So besides building your jungle item and blade, you build straight tank. Your items depend on what the enemy is playing, but Spirit is always a great item for the regen bonus and CDR. After that, in an ideal world, I like a high health item such as Righteous Glory or Warmogs and Thormail for the dueling potential. This build is merely a suggestion. It is important that if you fall behind early not to rush your blade and to switch and build tank. You will deal enough damage with your stacking jungle items so long as you stay alive. For masteries, I do a standard 9-21-0. And for runes, I do 29% attack speed, 5% CDR, and then armor and magic resist. On Warwick, you are going to want to start W for the increased attack speed, and you want to start at golems. This is the easiest route you will ever run, but there are a few minor things I want to clue you in on. Starting golems and smiting golems allows for a more efficient clear, because you don't have to backtrack. You also have a high proc rate on the buff you get from golems due to the attack speed from your W and your rune page. You do all the camps in a row, bottom to top, or on purple side, top to bottom. There's nothing to note here except which camps you smite. You smite golems, wolves, and then Grom. Smiting wolves now grants a mobile ward that will be detrimental to preventing invades. It also allows for your smite to be up in time to smite Grom. You plan on backing as soon as you clear all of your camps, so it's irrelevant if you get any buffs taken. You're Warwick, you really don't need them. After you back, you buy Skirmish's Saber and Boots, and then you walk straight back to golems and do the route one more time. After you finish your route a second time, you're going to back a second time. You should only be able to afford a dagger at this point, so buy that and then head to golems. The reason you've been power farming all this time is your level 6 rush. The new jungle provides a little more experience when cleared efficiently. You should be closing in on level 6 if you're able to get all of your camps up to this point without any problem. Doing golems and then razors will net you your level 6. I'm going to skip ahead to that point. You aren't missing anything. Okay, so if you look at the time, it's just barely 7 minutes. This is usually when the second set of buffs are respawning. In the old jungle, usually a champion didn't hit 6 until they cleared their second buff. Due to slower clear speeds, this is true more than ever. This creates an interesting window with Warwick's new power spike. For once, the hunted becomes the hunter. As soon as I clear my razors, I head towards the enemy blue. A careful jungler will usually be there waiting for it, however I spot Diana ganking top. So I take blue for myself, and then gank bottom. I easily could have taken dragon here as well, however I noticed how low the two enemies were, so I opt for ganking them instead. Next, I want to show a very simple gank I pulled off mid. What you should take away from this is how important timing is. I wait until minions are down so Nidalee can land spears easily, and then I use my ult to prevent Lissandra from reactivating her own escape, ensuring we get an easy kill. Next, I want to talk about the unsung hero of Warwick's kit, his W. Using it whenever an auto-attack based champion is attempting to deal damage can make or break a fight. AD carries will love you for this ability, especially if you use your ult to give them that peel they spent all game crying about. Not only is this ability amazing for teamfights, it does wonders for pushing. Warwick is one of my favorite junglers, even before the buffs, because of his ability to shove. I like the benefit of being able to pull off a gank mid and be able to take a tower with an Ahri, for example, purely because of the attack speed steroid. This goes for every objective. It allows his team to quickly tear down with little resistance. With a level 5 W, you give 5 people 70% attack speed. That's an insane stat value. And with CDR, it has around a 70% uptime. It also inflates your kill participation, which in turn increases your stack damage. Finally, let's talk about that late game Warwick. With only 2 damage items, he's able to deal an insane amount of single target damage. We've done the math, and I'll show the work in the description if you guys want to take a look at it, and I encourage you to, because we might have messed up in how to calculate Blade's damage, but here's what's happening. Warwick's ult deals 450 plus around 100 damage, but it also applies on-hit effects 5 times. You get the on-hit damage from your smite, which at level 16 adds 63 true damage per hit. Your jungle item adds an upwards of 40 magic damage, and in this example I have a bonus 87. And then you have Blade of the Rune King damage, which is 8% current HP per hit. All of these together, I deal a total of 1400 damage. And yes, we did factor in resistances. As far as the mistake in calculating damage, it doesn't make a difference to me. 1.2 or 1.4k, this is still way too high. Thank you for watching, and remember, if you like this video, please subscribe, and I stream at twitch.tv/effusively.